Hey everyone, this is Ruan. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you something wicked cool. So as you guys have known, I've been using the Duda platform, which is a website content management system, for about 3 years now. And they recently came out with a feature called Simple Site Editor. And since we're on the enterprise plan with Duda, we're one of the first agencies to actually get access to this feature, which basically is allowing you to use AI to build websites for clients and allowing them to self-manage their entire process, their entire build, and launch it themselves. So you really get to become like a Wix types of solution for your clients and really get to verticalize in this stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you on my screen some of the features and some of the tools of this stuff. I'm going to review it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what it's like to bring an actual client through this process and how you can edit this and make this really cool for your agency. So as you can see right here, we are actually inside of the Simple Site Editor. This is a little bit different than the normal Duda login and new Duda dashboard. As you can see, really the goal here is to set a simple site creation flow for clients without you having really to do anything. And you can actually customize the editor to suit your client's needs. This is really important because if you're going to be doing anything that's verticalized, so if you're going to be focusing on dentists, veterinarians, restaurants, you're going to be able to edit your site editor to make sure that when they log on, they see content that's relevant to them already preloaded. You can preload sections, you can preload design, you can preload content. A lot of the stuff is already going to be preloaded for you to actually just give them a solution if they can't retain you for your higher end packages and your higher end services. And then of course you can control what your actual clients see and do, like your site sections and your themes and customized onboarding steps, which is currently in beta, but I'm sure will be out pretty soon. On the left side, you can see that there's several options here. One of them being sections, which is really cool. And what this allows you to do is this allows you to pre-select sections that your clients are going to be able to see when they actually log on to the platform and then be able to edit those sections with their own unique content. Now, of course, if I wanted to remove availability per se, I can actually just check this off and then that wouldn't be available when they log on to use the Simple Site Editor. Now, what's really cool about this too, guys, is the entire thing is white labeled. So when a client logs on, let's say I was targeting hair salons, right? If a hair salon logged on to Develomark and they couldn't afford our $3.99 a month SEO package or whatever that package was, they would be able to afford the Simple Site Editor, which could be $29.99 a month. Develomark's going to get this at $3.50 per month, which makes it extremely affordable and allows us to play with our prices extremely well and make us very flexible to get those clients who potentially are going to be customers in the near future once they start growing their business. So on the left side here, you have themes, and Duda gives you a lot of themes to already start with that many clients might already pick, but you can also create a new theme if you want to actually add some more color ideas inside of there. This is really important because there's a lot of themes that Develomark uses for clients off the bat. So we're going to be able to add some of the themes that we find customers really want inside of there. You know, things like, does the customer want a dark website? Does the customer want a light website? What kind of website does that customer want? You're going to be able to do that right inside of the Duda dashboard, so it's pretty amazing. And then on the left side, you have settings. And so settings is going to be where you're going to actually be able to allow clients to go through that self-publish option and actually go through a payment gateway to unlock the website or to actually make the website live on the internet. The importance of this is the customer is going to be able to publish the website themselves, add a payment method themselves, and start a monthly recurring subscription on the Develomark platform without us ever having to talk to the customer. So you can truly market this with advertising, with Facebook, with Google, with word of mouth, as you have your own site editor that they can just onboard with, and Duda's built all of the AI function for you. You just put your logo on it and pay $3.50 per site as long as you're on an enterprise plan. So let's take a look into the actual onboarding process and what this looks like on a client-facing side, and then we'll publish a website together and really test drive to see how well this platform actually works. So in the overview section, there is 3 tabs here, and I recommend that if you are going to use this tool, you read these 3 development guides here. But really what I'm going to do is I'm going to view as client. Now, the first thing you're going to see is this is what the customer will actually see. They're going to see build an amazing website on your own, easy and quick, no experience, and they can actually shift over to the advanced editor. Now, the reason why they may want to shift over to the advanced editor is because they may want to add things like e-commerce. They may want to add things like more pages. This Simple Site Editor is really just for one solid web page that has a contact form, a button, a click to call, all of that information already pre-generated. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Start Now. And the first step is to enter the business name. Now, the business name is going to be connected to fields where you want to call out your business name. So for this example, I'm going to write Painters in CT, and I'm going to do comma LLC, and then I'm going to click on Next. It's going to ask me for the different sections that I want to add onto the website right now. Now, the beautiful part about this is if we were focusing on painters, the Develomark team would actually design themes for the client to actually select here. So we would have before and afters. We might have recent projects. We might have things like painting cost. And so the client's going to be able to actually select all of the sections that we have available for them to see inside of the platform, which is going to give you ultimate flexibility to basically become a software as a service company, right? So I'm going to click on next. And then of course I can pick the themes. These are the themes that are available initially through the platform. But of course, if I added themes, those would be available here as well. So I'm going to click forest, and then you're going to put in your prominent business information. Awesome. So now I'm going to upload the logo, and you can see you can kind of play with that logo size there. The client will be able to do this as well. And then you're going to click on save. And what that's going to do is now that I have some of my business information in here, it's actually going to populate a website for us. And all this business information is going to be spun in places that is important and critical on a website, like the header and the footer. So I'm going to click on next, and then it's going to ask me for important Facebook links. Once I have those social links inside of there, I'm going to click done. And now the site is being built. And then boom, there we have it. So now we're actually inside of the actual simple editor. So you can see it's really, really dumbed down for a client to just be able to self-service themselves inside of the platform. So of course, as everything with Duda, it's all of it's front facing, it's front editing. And so you can actually edit any of the text here or any of the information. And the client can really just kind of go in and start to make their own changes. But you can already see how well of a designed website this is with the color scheme, with the logo, with the critical business information that the client uploads directly through the website. So if I were to go in here and start editing, you could do it two ways. One is I could do front facing, or I can actually go inside of here and I can put Connecticut house painters, right? So I added a little description here. And then the images, of course, with the Duda platform, you're going to be able to use all the images inside of the actual Unsplash database. So of course I can search things like house painting or house painter, and then I can choose one of those photos to replace. Or of course I can actually upload my own images, which if you were going to do this the right way, you would have a bunch of images for your vertical to actually upload inside of here, and you would give them a Google Drive or something like that. And that's the important thing about licensing photos for your agency. If you can license photos, then you can reuse them on a lot of the websites that you use. And if a client ever leaves you, you can technically tell them that they don't own those photos. They're licensed to Develomark, not the other agency that they went to. So you can add photos inside of there. You can start to play with the buttons, of course, right? So I could put free estimate here, and then I could put about us here. Now, one thing that's important to kind of note with these buttons is they are just anchor links. You can't anchor to different pages with this simple editor. You can only anchor to the page here. So if you wanted to though, and you had like a calendar link or something like that, your client had a calendar link, they could link out to that calendar link and click apply. But for now, I'm going to keep it on the actual website. And then of course, I can start to edit all of the different features on this actual web page. So, you can start to replace the icons inside of here. You can start to change the titles here. You can start to change the descriptions. You could really do a lot of stuff with this editor. And then of course, if I didn't want to have an item, I can take the item out, and then Duda will automatically change it to a 3-column website section here. Or if I changed both out, I would have 2 columns, and you can see how it perfectly sizes those things centered on the screen there. Scrolling down here, I have a photo with a little about section. And remember, this is the sections that are preloaded into the Duda simple site editor. But once we start playing with this a little bit more inside of our verticals, this will all be design sections that a business will actually need. So if it was a veterinarian, I may show a dog here. If it's a dentist, I may show a patient here. If it's a roofing company, I may show a roof here. So when they come onto the platform, they already see things that they want to see. And then what's going to happen is as they start using this a little bit more, they may want to do more features with their website, and then they're going to contact Develomark so we can do an upsell for them to actually start using us for the full site editor. And so all of the sections you can see here on the left side, you can play with, and they all kind of go down the screen here. So the client will be able to edit pretty much all of this stuff. And the footer section, you have a footer section where all of the critical business information is already inputted. You can change the business hours, right? So you can actually edit your business hours directly inside of the platform. And then the contact form, this will go to the email that you provided when somebody fills out this contact form. One con with this is you actually don't have a big selection on what to actually add on that contact form. It's very basic. But if I wanted to change something like this, I could just put schedule and estimate, and then that'll actually change there so it'll look good. And then of course, you can embed the map preview too, which a lot of clients like. So you can just turn this on and off, and boom, you have a map embed. If you didn't want to have a form, you could turn that on and off, and boom, you don't have a form anymore, right? And a beautiful footer section with the business information that you inputted. Once again, not a great solution for customers who want to completely customize their website, but for customers who have absolutely no experience, who can't afford your agency service and wants to get something launched on the internet relatively quickly. And then in the footer section, you can edit this information too. So if I wanted to have info@paintersandct in here, I can, instead of having my personal email address. Or if I wanted to have a call tracking number here, so let's say I had a call tracking number and I put that in there, you can add that as well. And then in the settings tab, the client's actually going to be able to change their actual SEO SEO settings. So if I wanted to put painters in CT, and then I put a nice keyword described tag here, so Connecticut house painters, painting or something like that, and then I put a little meta description, painters, I can actually do that inside of there. Now, once again, on the top left here, the client can actually change the theme. If I were to go back to edit sections and change the theme to something like clean, Duda's automatically going to completely change all of the colors on the website. This is massive, guys, because this is going to allow you to be a SaaS company, really, and clients are going to be able to self-edit, publish on themselves, pay you a monthly fee, and then contact you if they needed additional services furthermore. So once again, I can change this to romantic, and it's going to change the color palette directly on the website, and it's all going to be readable and very nice to use. And then of course, when I'm ready to publish, I can click on the publish button, and what's going to happen is it's going to bring me to a temporary domain, and this temporary domain I can change to a real domain, but you can already see how nice of a website this actually is, and the client has done all of the work here, and they pay the monthly fee. And if it's a small enough monthly fee, remember, as long as it's over $3.50, you can charge $6, you can charge $10, you can charge $40, depending on how much value you're giving. As long as it's over that amount, you can make a serious recurring income using this Duda Simple Site Editor on your own, basically, right? And then of course, when you go to your site, they will have to contact you to set the domain settings and then set up the payment, unless you have it set up with Duda's AI, which you can actually do inside of your actual settings in your actions. You can edit your payment flow to actually be able to have clients actually, of course, set their own domain and then go through a payment flow. We haven't set that up yet, so I can't show you what that looks like. As you can see, once again, this website looks really good. And then of course, if you wanted to take this to a step further and actually do a Google PageSpeed Insights to see how quick these websites are, which can be another selling proposition that you can give to your clients, and that's going to allow you to basically use this as a selling proposition to make your websites faster than Wix, than Squarespace, than WordPress. You can see a 98 out of 100. Of course, this is going to be Core Web Vitals friendly, and it's going to allow you to create this business model where you have clients who are paying for their own website, but then also clients who are on a retainer with you using your agency services at a higher level. And there you have it. So that is the Duda Simple Site Editor. Now, of course, as I gain more experience with this, I'm going to report it back to my YouTube channel and show you guys how we're creating this as a business model. My first step for this is definitely to partner up with somebody who's verticalized, someone who does a lot of dentists or hair salons or plumbers or something along those lines, creating a product that they can automatically just plug themselves into, collect a recurring fee for that actual Simple Site Editor monthly bill. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I definitely wanted to share this with you. If you liked the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.